right, Leon. Yep. So it's like '05.
'05, yeah, '05 we put out '04 and '05 we put out the two Trunk of Funk records with a live band, and then after that, the band, it was really hard to keep a full band together. There's so many
It
people.
changed members so often.
We have had at least
Every
25
instrument,
people were
yeah.
part of Trunk of Funk. Although probably the most noteworthy would be, I'd say, Joel Van Dyke and Joey Bluntz, his bass player. They came as a unit. They ended up playing for Aloe Black later on, and they actually got a Grammy recording with him. So big shout out to them. Those guys are they always come out and see me in LA. They're super cool, good people. But yeah, so I started doing the solo thing. I went through some rough times in my life where I stepped back from the music for a minute, got more involved with visual art, and then
I got married.
You got married,
yeah. I stepped back there in 2007.
Yeah, that's about the time I was going through my divorce from my first wife, and I was just kind of getting my life back together and still trying to do shows. And then I kind of got disillusioned with the music business. There was just so much politics. I didn't want any of that, so I started painting graffiti and doing a lot of that shit and getting involved with visual art. I felt like that was the one side of hip hop that hadn't been tainted by money, really, you know. So it felt more pure to me. So I got involved with that, and then when I met my current wife, she really encouraged me to get back into my music. She's like, our second date, I had a show. I just randomly had a show, and so she came and and saw me perform, and she's like, "Why aren't you doing that more?" And I'm like, I don't know, because I've been doing this for my whole life. And she's like, "You need to do that more." So she really pushed me and pushed me and pushed me, and finally made me in 2010 take that leap of faith where she's like, "No, stop going to work. Stop. You need to focus on your music." And I'm like, what? I'm not gonna lie, I was reduced to tears. I was like, nobody ever believed in me that much. So I don't want to act like I did this on my own. I have to give credit where it's due. And she pushed me, and then it got to the point where finally, by the time COVID hit, I was spending anywhere from half to 2/3 of the year on the road touring all of the United States, here to New York, just all over the place. I used to keep a list of all the shows I've done solo, and last count I had, I was around 900 or something shows I'd done from 2002 until current. I have to add to it now and figure out where I'm at, but
Damn.
it's just all the fuck over the place, every place. I've had some really amazing moments. I've gotten to work with some of my fucking heroes. I've developed friendships with people who I grew up listening to as a kid, and those are things that the idea that I'm ever going to get rich making music, that went away about the time that I went solo. That's like, you always think that when you're young, like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get rich and famous and all that shit. And now it's like it's for something else for me now. It's like I love the music so much that I keep going with it regardless of how much money I make or don't make from it or whatever. But also the experiences that I've had and the friendships that I've made, and those are the things that are actually important. Those are the real things I've gained from the music over the years. So, and I'm still at it. I'm getting ready to start on my 15th album. So I guess I'll tell you, I haven't announced the title yet, but I guess I could put it right here since Ian came all the way over to Chilligan's Island. It's called The Return. Because I've taken a little gap between my last one, Living in Fragile Environments. It's been a couple years, so.
I see our songs on there.
It's on the list. It's on the project list. I don't know if that's going to be on that record or if it's going to be a Two Dope thing, but it's on my project list, so it's getting done, fools. Don't you think you're going to get out of that?
I can't wait.
Right.
But yeah, I'm still pushing real hard at it, so.
Right.
Well, and then in 2000, around 2014, we started a business called Unlimited Sounds.
Yes.
So I had got laid off from my job in the music industry. I was working in Berkeley and been in the same building there for 12 and a half years. So I got laid off. They wanted me to move to LA, and I didn't want to move. And so
you were settled down with your family here. You had your kids and everything. You want to pack it all up and move.
So I decided to kind of, I want to start a business. So who do you go to, man? I went to Peach Hill. I was like, you got a little bit of money, you want to try to do this?
I was doing pretty good right about that point in my life. Music was flowing nicely, so I had a little bit of money to do that with. I'm like, yeah, I want to invest some money. Let's get a company going.
Yeah, so we started a company called Unlimited Sounds doing digital distribution and publishing administration for independent artists and record companies. And we grew that for several years, and that's all of our music is distributed and handled, administered through the company. And then we got to the point where we were able to kind of pass it off to others, and so we still have some ownership in the company,
but I'm not involved in day to day anymore.
A lot of the day to day.
But if I bring an artist to the table, I can be like, hey, I vouch for this guy. Let's hook this guy up, or if you guys can at least give him a listen before you just write it off or whatever, and things like that. So we have some pull with it, but I'm not.
Yeah, for sure.
It was 2020. It was actually January 1st that year that I let go of my reins as doing the chief creative officer. I was
Yeah,
no longer. I'm just a
chief creative
co-founder. And you took the same step back as I did.
Yeah.
Jay Smo is pretty much running the company now. There's a few other partners as well. But he came on early on with us when he moved out from Tennessee after I met him on tour. He came out here to work with us and follow his musical path. And he's doing a good job with the company now. So it's in good hands. So, and it's nice to still have the access to because I still, whenever I do I set up my own distribution. I don't want anyone, I do my own, I log into the system. I do it all myself. I'm like, it's like having the best of both worlds. I have this company, but I'm really only responsible for one artist. That's me. And so it's kind of a nice place to land. So
Right.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, no, we're doing it. We're still doing it. And my buddy down in LA that I've toured a lot with, Loomis, we were talking one day. We're out in the middle of fucking nowhere, driving between shows, and he's like, P-Chill, we're lifers. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not going to jail. And he's like, nah, man. He's all, guys like us, we don't stop, even when it like gets rough, even when we don't have any money coming in or whatever. We just keep going and keep going. The only thing stopping us is when we stop breathing. And I'm like, yeah. So I mean, I'm a lifer in your own way. You're a lifer too, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep doing it, you know.
I'm always gonna be affiliated, associated somehow.
But I'm for real though. I'm thankful for you, man. I'm thankful, because I wouldn't be as far as I am without you, brother.
For sure.
Hell yeah, too dope for life.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
I'm the white boy, but I'm just in black. So all you motherfuckers just take a step back.
Cause I'm the C, the H, the I-double-L. And all your booty ass rappers can just go to hell with your booty ass lyrics and your booty ass beats and your booty ass homies living out in the streets. You try to stand tall, but all you do is fall. You try to be bold, but don't have the balls.
Hey, big shout to my man Ian at Sac Made Music, also known as Ian C. You can find him on one of my records too. Look for him on, I believe it was on Persistence. He was on that record.
Yeah, definitely, man. Give him a follow on Instagram.
Do that. This guy knows Sacramento history like a motherfucker.
Thanks, guys.
Of course, man.
Bring the funk for the back of the trunk. And a 2-dope MC could never be a punk. Me and Double Ace just rock the place with the funky rhythm and the deep bass.
Oh, hams. It's the elixir of the gods.